What's up, Tech? It's Josh here, and I want to go over what my experience has been like with the Google Pixel 2 XL for these last few days. Now, just a little bit of background information that this is actually shooting from the Google Pixel 2 XL. I got a 4K. I want to show what the audio is like, what the video quality is like. So this part, me speaking and all that, is actually from the Pixel itself. From what I've seen so far, the camera has just been phenomenal. It's really cool. I absolutely love the front-facing portrait mode. It is epic. It takes your selfie game to a whole new level. It's just really cool how they do that. And what's so impressive about it is that they're not using a dual camera system out on the front or on the back, and you can still get these really awesome looking portraits. I've really enjoyed using the camera. It takes great pictures. I'll throw up some examples on top of the screen as I'm talking, but it's also got some really good video quality. It is mind-blowing how smooth the optic image stabilization along with the electronic stabilization is. Like, it is buttery smooth as you're walking. Oh man, it's super impressive. By far, the camera is definitely my favorite thing about this phone so far. Another major win to me is having front-facing speakers. This phone actually kind of gives me a vibe of as if the Nexus 6P and the Google Pixel from last year kind of had a baby, and this is what you got. It's really cool. I love front-facing speakers. I've said it for years now. Once you experience it, it is the best way to have that immersive experience. It just makes sense to have sound coming at you instead of away from you, whether it's from the bottom or coming out the other side on the back end like some phones do. It is by far the best. That's one of the things that I have enjoyed about using the iPhone 8 Plus. It has a bottom firing speaker, but it also has sound coming out of the top earpiece, which just helps out a lot. So it has that nice stereo sound. I'm going to do a sound test with all the speakers to see which one sounds the best, not necessarily like the loudest or anything like that, but I want to show you guys what I think is actually the best speaker so far of what we've seen with smartphones. So stay tuned for that video when it comes out. It's going to be between the Google Pixel 2 XL, the iPhone 8 Plus, the Note 8, the Mate 9, and I'll see what else I just have laying around just to try to see what the experience is going to be like. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll see that video as soon as it comes out. The performance has been snappy, fluid, and smooth. There is no complaints whatsoever with the software. I haven't really even found any bugs so far. I've been using the 8 Plus before this phone, and there's just a ton of bugs in iOS 11, so it's a nice break to see a nice, smooth experience coming from the Google Pixel 2 XL. Performance is top-notch, and right along with that, which I think battery life goes right into that performance, is that you get stellar battery life with this phone. If you leave it alone, if you don't use it much at all, you might be able to even squeeze a full 2 days, like 48 hours using this phone, if you use it sparingly. The sleep mode is just awesome, the way it just puts it to sleep, and the standby time just does really well. Battery life, no complaints whatsoever on this phone. I really like the build quality this time a lot more than what we had last year. The coating that they put onto the back is just a nice grip to it without being slippery, but still feels like metal. So it's just a nice little mix that they got. The two-tone design, it's okay to me. It's not like my favorite design or whatever. I was really hoping to get the Panda design, the white and the black, but the black one was shipping out the quickest, so that's the one that I got. It still looks really nice and stealthy. It's a great looking phone. All of that is great, but there's still an issue or two. My main issue is something that I've only seen experienced on my phone, so I can't say that's happening on everybody else's. I hope it's mine, only mine, because it would really suck if anybody else is having this issue. And it's a small, like, faint blue dot that's underneath my screen. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it's there, but I was flipping through Facebook one day, and I was just kind of like, the spot's not moving. And so I kind of like wiped off the screen, made sure that there's nothing on the screen, and I tried out some different backgrounds and things like that. And sure enough, there's some kind of mark underneath the screen. I'll leave a link down below that has a bigger video about it. Also, I made a blog post with some pictures. It's kind of hard to see on video, but it's there, I promise. And if you just kind of look where I'm pointing at it, you'll see it. The biggest issue that you've seen the internet blow up on about is this blue color shifting, or like this color shifting when you tilt the phone. And it's not like when you're tilting the phone like flat at you, it's just a little bit. I mean, a small, slightly change, you'll see the shift of color. And to me, that's just very unexcusable. This is not something that you put into a pretty much $1,000 phone. I bought the 128 gig one, so it does kick up the price, but regardless, even the 64 gig model, you got the 900 bucks. You can't do that to people. Like, you gotta give people a better experience than that. So the screen is unexcusable. They should not have shipped out these phones with this poor quality. Now, some people, it's a deal breaker to them. Some people it's not. I'm kind of finding myself somewhere in the middle. I don't like it. The rest of the phone is phenomenal, but it's not pretty to look at whatsoever. And now we're starting to see reports of burn-in, and that's just even more unexcusable because these phones have not even been out for 1 week yet, and people, or at least this 1 or 2 reports that I've seen, are experiencing screen burn-in. No, that just can't happen. I hope that's not an issue across all Pixel 2s, because that, between the color shift and that is a big problem. And if Google's going to save face, they're going to have to do something about this. They can't go on giving people these kind of products. And like, if this was a $200, $300, maybe even a $400 phone, I might be able to excuse it a little bit more because you kind of get what you pay for. But this thing is $1,000, as I said. Anyways, I don't want to make this like a rant video at all. So I'm going to move on from the screen issue. Other preference kind of stuff is that you don't have a headphone jack. I'm pretty much used to using headphones with Bluetooth capabilities or other connections like that, so it's not a huge deal to me. But I actually got more used to using wireless charging when I was using the iPhone 8 Plus. I don't get why I was using it more with the 8 Plus versus all the other phones that I've had that could use it, like the Note 8 or any other Samsung phone for the last few years. But I got used to using it. It's what I use next to my bed, and I can't use that with the Pixel. And it's more of just a kind of a disappointment. It's not a deal breaker to me. I would like to have it, but yeah, I guess I'll just have to live without it. But again, like, the way I see it too is, you got the Note 8. It's a fully loaded device. It's got all kinds of features, and it's just everything that you can imagine into a phone, and you're paying $1,000 for it, but you're getting a lot that goes with it. And it kind of is frustrating to see companies like Google and now Apple take away stuff and charge more money. So maybe the other issue is like this money issue, and I don't really want to get into that part about it with just ranting on that. But the truth is that these phones are way too expensive to be taking off features and not giving us quality elements. I'm not saying that this isn't a quality phone, but the screen is definitely not a quality element that has been included with this phone. So all that to be said, like, there's a lot to talk about with this phone regardless. I love it. It's a great phone. I can't wait to get my replacement. I've already had to put it in an RMA, which sucks. Like, I've only had the phone for a few days, and I had to do an RMA. I'm going to get it replaced because I'm not going to, like, I was going to live with the tilting color shift kind of stuff, but I can't live with that speck that's underneath my screen. To me, that's definitely a manufacturer defect of some sort. So I'm going to get that replaced. I also have Verizon sending me just a regular Pixel 2, so I want to get experience with that one as well. Lots to talk about with this phone. I want to push out a lot of content about the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL. So stay tuned to the channel. This is an exciting time of year because we have a lot of phone choices to choose from. We got the holidays coming up, people wanting to upgrade, give gifts. What phone do you get? Like, there's a lot of good ones to choose from. All right, I'm gonna end the video now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched all the way to this point, let me know down in the comments, and I just appreciate it when you guys hang out with me for the entire video. It's fun. I like to talk about phones, and if you like phones, if you like to talk about them, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff, so that way you don't miss any videos from me. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like to use the most. I'm on all of them. I definitely hang out on Twitter the most, trying to get more active on Instagram as well. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope that you have a great one.